I think we need to start that again. I think I did the wrong invocation. Yes, I know what. Yes. Okay, so let's try this again. Oh, great spirit. Oh, great spirit. Oh, great spirit. I call upon the angels. I call upon the saints. I call upon the white light. Am I possessed? No. No, 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 no. Thank you, Saint Michael, for saving my soul. I call upon all of the wonderful angels that have my back and all the ones that are going to be here tonight. Don't be frightened. Don't be scared. Because this is of a higher nature. A very, very higher nature. So I call upon the great angel that's going to be with us today as I do all of the readings. I call upon the highest good, and I call upon the one that'll be with me. I thank you, I thank you, I thank you with great love and joy. I thank you as I connect. As I connect. Yes, as I connect. Listen to that. Here comes the song. They're playing us our song. I feel it coming. I feel it coming. I feel the angel near me. Oh, the presence of the angel. Are you here? Are you here? Yes, I'm right here. Can't you hear me? Oh, angel, I think I'm almost connected to you. Where are you, angel?
I'm giving you messages. Listen.
Yes. Oh, please join us, great angel. Join us. Join us as we do this reading. And thank you so much for being here. Now, let's get to our show. Welcome to our show. I am your host, Medicine Woman Revealed, Brenda Bates. And with me is my angel,
Jen Huffle, Medicine Woman.
And what we did before the show started was that we had called in the angels. And I am so thankful that she was able to be here. Now, if you're curious about our show, then watch the YouTube video, the intro of what we did. And what costumes are we wearing today to celebrate this Halloween time? It is allowing ourselves to be us, to be our favorite character, our ego part of ourselves, or the scariest thing, the things that we relate to. Now, some people say, well, I'm not a costume. No, there's no criticism here. Not on this end. And we're not going to receive bullying or give it. We are going to allow ourselves to enjoy our lives and our truths. So like I said, I already did a prayer. So we're going to take our callers and we're going to help them answer the mysteries of their world. Jen, who do we have first?
We have area code 678.
Very nice.
You are on the air with Brenda and Jen, Medicine Women.
Hello?
Hello?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear us okay?
Yes.
Oh, wonderful. I hope
Can
my...
you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. How can we help you?
Yes. I was calling to see if I can get some messages for my angels and guides.
Okay, hold on. And so repeat the question, Jen.
You would like some messages from your angels?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to let the angel to my left, which I called in, which Jen is wearing the Halloween costume of
An angel.
an angel. So, and Spirit is saying to let her go first because she has her angel cards. And I'm going to wait.
Okay, so the first message is about opening up your intuitive self and being open to seeing what you can't see, seeing the unseen, and tapping into that part where it's really the third eye chakra is what they're saying. So it is that intuitive self, and they're saying that the twin flame card came up, which is some say is about romance, but the message that I got on this one is that the twin flame is about helping you achieve your purpose, help you work through the lessons that you need to reach your fullest potential while you're here on this plane of existence. And they're saying that they'll help you through workshops and seminars, through learning, through classes, what you may need to do to help you open up that third eye.
Now, what I have is that every time that you are happy or you want to express yourself or you're excited about what you just created or done, you hear people tell you how you did it wrong. It's like great sadness. You hear that you've disappointed. It's like you were not expecting them to shut you down. Does this make sense?
Yes.
And they say this happens to you quite often, that you get all excited about doing something. Like today, my program, we did an opening video, and I had asked someone to, oh, I'm all excited, could you watch this? I just want to practice. And before I even begun, they started to shoot me down by their truths, their beliefs, which aren't true. It's just we have to consider the source. But I could feel my heart being broken because I wanted this dream of being fun, and now it's dashed because I feel sad because they don't accept or approve. And let me tell you, I had to heal that today out of my heart. And I feel that you have been, this happens to you a lot. So do you stifle your creativity?
I'm not sure.
Okay, well just be understanding that we get so used to it, become callous to those people that look like they have good intention, but it's their opinion, it's what they wouldn't do, it's their judgmental state, and in a way they are telling you, you know, that no, you shouldn't do that, you should do it this way. And notice that the response is that you shut down. And you may not allow yourself to fully express who you are with great joy. You will continue to do it, but the passion and the conviction of doing it has been dampened. And that seems to be a pattern that I see. Okay?
Okay.
And your angels want you to heal this. Now, if you're into healing, we can got great healing tools that can help you. For instance, a feeling that your dreams have been dashed or people don't like it, and they're just a symbol of those people that you had, the very first experience that you had with this was about 1.5 years old, all excited about drawing a piece of paper with pictures or whatever, and somebody criticized that it wasn't good. It could be something like that. But you now have to face it as the adult that you are, that causes you to, and you keep pushing forward. Now, if you understand and have this familiarity, put it on a scale from 0 to 10, give it a color, feel the pain, feel the sadness or their sadness or how you would respond in sadness. And then I would have you do hope therapy, and then I would have you hold L2S. L is in left, 2 is in the second position, and S is in soft. And then you would work on spinning out. How do you react after they say this to you? And that's where you would focus, because then that leads to resentment and emotionally repressing your creativity and can lead to indecisiveness and possibly depression. And you can find the healing tools at www.mwreveal.com. And then on the left-hand side of our page is a menu, and you click on Healing Tools. Okay?
Okay.
All right, so the angels want you to heal. All right, thank you, dear.
Thank you so much for the message.
All right, thank you. All right, so the next caller.
We have area code 248. You are on the air with Brenda and Jen.
248. Who do we appreciate? This caller. Okay, you may go. Hello?
My name is Erica.
Hi, Erica. How can we help you?
Hi, can I ask about anything?
Yes, you can ask any question if there's something on your mind, or we can give you a general reading. What would you like?
Well, on my mind right now is a good friend. Do you receive any messages for me about this person?
Okay, so I want you to think of this friend. And as you're focusing on this friend, and you want messages, correct, about this friend?
Right about it, yes.
Okay, so it's about the relationship or about the person.
Correct.
Okay, so both. All right. So, I feel like uncomfortable, the embarrassment, something that happens to be on their mind. Like it's too shy, not able to communicate what they would like to because they were unable to trust at some point. They're kind of timid, inefficient about feeling certain things. They have a mask of, I don't know if they laugh a lot, but I can feel this, it's like their go-to about how to respond into a situation. Does this make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so Jen, go ahead and take the next part.
So they're saying that this person needs a new home, but it's not about a physical home. It's about being safe and being okay in their own body, that their body has not been a safe place for their spirit or their soul, whatever you want to call it, to reside. So some healing would need to take place in order to create this new home inside themselves. They don't have the ability to be themselves, and they need to find a new way of nourishing.
That's funny because what came up is that there's deep family core beliefs that are no longer serving this person, but they still value them, they still do their best to uphold them, but yet they're fighting inside not to want to do them. Does this make sense to you?
Yeah, some of it does.
Okay. So I feel like there's another kind of question we're not answering correctly. What is it that you would like us to answer? Or, what is the question you really want? Is it about the relationship with you two? Where will this relationship go?
I guess it's about if the friendship is like a positive one for us to have, if it's going to continue.
Yes, it is a positive one that you guys can have, except for this person's going through a transition. And do you feel like you understand their story?
Yeah, I feel like we have a good understanding of each other, but I don't know, I feel like I'm going through a transition also, and it just seems like we can kind of upset or frustrate each other.
Okay.
And I don't know why. I still
Well, all right, so
feel
now,
drawn to them as.
and thank you for that piece of information. Now what we're going to do is we're going to come from your point of view and ask your soul, why is this happening? Why is this projected out? Why is this friendship out of sync? And the friendship is out of sync from the soul's perspective is because you're getting ready to dream bigger, and they're not ready. They're not at that stage. And you are ready to launch yourself into a different direction, and that's just not them. They don't feel comfortable. Does this make sense?
I mean, I can't ever just speak for someone. I don't know.
Well, for you, do you feel like you're ready to do something else? Dream something bigger? Like, let's say you wanted to go to college, you wanted to go to one and they wanted to go to another. Okay, your difference in opinion, you're out of sync. You go to try to talk about something and they talk from a different angle and you just don't mesh. There's a part of you that's outgrowing the friendship. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah.
And that's from your point of view. You have to look at it and look how the feelings are for you. What sounds familiar to you is that there's a part of you that wants to move forward, but you don't want to lose your friends. But in this case, if the friend don't want to go with you, then you're going to have to grow. Unless you choose to stay right where you are, and 10 years later you're going to be exactly where you are. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I understand.
Now, are they worth being with, or are they don't want to be with you? Like, let me explain. I was getting ready to take the next big shift in my career of who I am, what I am, where am I going to go, and the path switch came up to make a decision. Am I going to be with my husband? Am I going to stay where I'm at? Am I going to relocate? And at the time, he wanted nothing to do with what I did, but yet he wanted to stay with me. And I said, I want you to be with me, but at the same time, I can't just stay here and keep day after day pushing down who I am just so you can be happy. I have to be happy in this relationship too. Okay? So then when I stepped forward, he wasn't willing to let me go. He was willing to change. He was willing to grow. He was willing to take that next expansion with me. And because he did, he has learned to be in a very happy space. He's growing every day. We're in sync more. But it was his choice. I didn't... What do you want to call it? All I can say is you're at a stage where you're questioning whether or not if this is healthy for you. And usually that's a sign that your spirit is unrested. It wants to wake up. It's supposed to grow. And if you felt like you've moved forward and they don't see your point of view, your take on it, then they may say words that may actually cue you to not go or move forward. All right, Jen, go ahead and say this, whatever you're going to say.
Okay, so the card that I pulled on your friendship, because that was the next question that you asked. The card that I pulled, and I'm using the Wisdom of the Hidden Realms from Colette Baron Reed. The spiral dancer moves with her own rhythm and steps to music only she can hear. She takes you on a path that is winding and circular. She assures you that what you're experiencing as a setback is really part of an upward spiral. Perception is everything. You're not retracing your steps or going backward, but rather around and up. She says that you can be comforted knowing that your path is one of success, adventure, and experience. Follow her, for she dances along a magical way. If you're asking about a relationship, keep on dancing and magic will soon happen. Also, it's okay to allow someone else to take the lead at this time. Make sure to let others know that you're open. Always remember that relationships are mirrors and will show you the past, the present, and the potential future.
You just need to talk, from what I can see, because from your point of view to her, you would like to communicate, be in sync, and from this person to you, there's lacking the passion as the friendship used to have, but the relationship together can have it's worth it to some degree if you support each other to grow, and instead of supporting each other not to grow. But it's that awkward stage of changing. That is what we got.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you, dear. In any type of relationship, one of the major things is that there is going to be when you're in and out of sync. If you are moving forward and your best friend is not there with you, understand there's a huge thing that's happening. Any part of your life that you put energy into and you felt like you left it and you're gone and you're like, okay, moving forward, you didn't really finish it. You need to release that energy and then reach for who you are and reclaim that energy. Okay, so when you're with a relationship and it no longer is, that energy that you was holding that space is still there. So you have to say, I release. Like if I said, I release Jen to whatever she needs to do, and I literally feel the colors and the numbers and the familiarity of how much my heart hurts or my heart, so I release it and I let it go. I use a healing tool, I tap it out, I use cord switching, whatever's necessary, I release it, and those words are very important. And then after you release it and you let it go, then you have to reach and reclaim who you are, so that energy then can move in and out of form. And so that then instantly the universe says, oh, now I'll take this energy and put it towards what and where you're going. Okay? So let's take a small break real quick. And because, what do I hear? I hear it's break time.
That we are sending out our thoughts and our
Yes.
prayers and sending out the angels to anyone and everyone in the path of the Hurricane Sandy, and as it's making landfall, that we are asking for the angels to lessen the intensity and disperse it.
Exactly, because one or more prayers come together can really change and make a difference. So the energy has to go somewhere, and if we can help dissipate that energy build up, the better. Okay, so our next caller would be?
We have area code 714. You are on the air with Brenda and Jen.
Okay. Oh, good, she's laughing.
Okay, good.
Good morning.
Hello, how can we help you?
Yes, I was wondering if I can have like a general reading. The reason why I want a general reading is that right now I am not working because something happened to me at work that put me out for a while. And I was wondering if the angels are going to help me come over, recover from this depression. And because my financial situation right now is not too good, will it be okay in the future after this settlement?
Okay, so what's happening is you're learning to become codependent, taking a more of a subservient role for some reason, and to sitting back. Now, as I look at why this projection occurred, it was, how do I put it? Now, would you say that you're a bashful type of person?
Oh, what?
Bashful?
Yes, I am bashful.
Okay.
Yes.
And as they're telling me that you have this energy of being bashful, they want you to conquer and overcome this bashfulness by putting you in a position where you're kind of on display. Does this make sense?
Yes.
And
Yes, I have that problem at work, yes.
okay, and because that's happening, it's going to keep repeating. Even though this will resolve itself, you will have other incidences, because apparently you, at 2 years old, became so bashful that it caused you to stunt your growth and create a comfort zone that no longer is healthy for you. It protected you and kept you safe when you were young, and now you are hitting that next stage of your life where you're supposed to grow and be happy. And in order to be in that happy stage, you have to get past this point of where you got stunted. So as far as helping you, you know, you asked if the angels are going to help you get through this depression. If you're here and you understand our healing tools and you use them, oh yes, you've been sent. And the healing tools work on so many different levels, but you have to be dedicated to get through this. The first thing that you have to look at and heal that's causing the depression is this bashfulness, this feeling of, I don't want to do it. However you describe your feelings is what you have to look at. Now, we have some great tools that Hope Therapy for one, is that when you use the tool, you are allowed to get into the feeling state of what you already know, all the stuff you're going through. And anytime you've ever been bashful, or every time you don't like that people are looking at you, anytime, you're going to focus all on that. You're going to put it on a big scale of 0 to 10, 10 being, oh my God, this is my story. I hate this, you know, and you're going to look at it and you're going to heal. What will happen, again, you're holding the points and you're thinking, the blood will come back to your forebrain, your frontal lobe, which creates reality, will start to change for the better. That story will actually get resolved. Now for you, because it's been since 2 years of age, you will have many encounters. It'll feel similar, but it'll all look different. Okay? So that means that the first thing that they want you to understand is that this is stored in your heart space, which causes your heart, instead of being overflowing, it'll actually cause it to be small. Not physically, okay? Just the energy of it. And so they're telling me, in order for you to get past this great bashfulness of going through this, is to hold L1D. L is left, 1 is the number 1, the first position on the pulse points, and D is you push deep with your thumb. And it's that frightfully overjoyed. It's when the child first was going to step in the arena and excited, but then all of a sudden became frightened, but then overjoyed that they were able to survive, that they didn't have to be eaten alive. And so L1D, and you're going to think about how you did not know how to react in that situation. It's like when all of a sudden you talk too fast, you laugh inappropriately, or you don't know how to speak and you talk really fast. But it's all about that bashfulness.
Yeah.
So as far as the healing tool goes, you go to mwreveal.com. On the left is Healing Tools. And you'll look for Hope Therapy. And your code is L1D. And there's a video and everything that explains what they are. Okay, L1D. Now I'm going to have Jen give you some information.
So you asked specifically about the angels. Seems people are asking a lot about the angels today.
Yes. Well, they're out and about working really hard.
Yes, they are. So the first one is the angel card that says hello from heaven. So your loved ones and your angels just said, oh, we want to tell you hi. How are you doing? We're here. Yes, you did ask about us and we're around. The next one is Archangel Ariel, which is the angel of courage. So anytime that you need courage, remember Archangel Ariel.
Yep, just call upon Archangel Ariel.
Or you say, oh, those ladies told me about that one angel about courage. That's all you need too. You don't have to remember the specific names and all that good stuff. They're there. They know what they're doing. And so then they said that there will be victory for you when you figure out what you need to prioritize, what's going on in your life. And they are there to help you in the overcoming of the difficulties that you feel right now.
Okay, so remember, you have a healing tool. Please use it so that you can get what you're looking for, is to get over the feelings of frightfulness or depression or bashfulness. But the only way to do it is to get that familiarity. Your body and your mind are thinking about it anyway. Now, when you go to do this healing, please don't sit there and all of a sudden you're holding the points and you start thinking positive thinking. Because that's just your way of saying, I don't want to go there because it scares the hell out of me. And then as soon as you take your hand off and decide that you're not going to heal it, then all of a sudden the depression just pops back up and it's safe to be in the pain. And I'm telling you, that's when you should not be, because the self-talk won't shut up. Go back into the healing. So you hold L1D, and when the number and the color and the self-talk all will start to go down by itself. You want it to be 0 and white or clear. And when you feel like it's gone, you wait, because something else will pop back up. You go back to L1D, heal that all the way down to 0, and you'll know, because the self-talk, you can't think about it anymore, it doesn't bother you anymore, it's not making you rethink it 1,000 times, you will feel released. And then as you're doing it, you can say, I released all that, and I reclaim my power. But if you can't do it on your own, then again, we're both soul coaches, and you call us up, make an appointment, and we can go from there, okay?
Oh, wonderful.
All right, so we got angels sent to you, and happy healing.
Oh, yes. And can the angels help also heal the people who actually did this to me? I'm a teacher, and one of my students put something in my drink, and I was in the hospital. So I want them to be healed too, because I don't want to have that negative against anybody.
Correct. We will send it out, and it'll clear up the karma of whatever it needs. Now, the pain of it happening again is the thing that you are afraid of the most, and that's what stops you. And so you want you to also to heal the fact is I don't know if I can move forward in doing this, because it may happen again. And they're saying if that's the case, they again hold L1D and think, oh my God, I don't want to be a teacher again. I don't want to do this again, because oh my God, this could happen again to me. Because what you're feeling is the power play. It feels like they have all the power and you don't. But you will get through this. And you call upon your angels, especially Archangel Michael, anytime, anywhere.
Michael.
And it's the universal archangel that is there for everybody. Okay?
Oh, wonderful.
All right, so happy healing.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Take care.
Okay, so now, it's funny, Jen says, hey, we seem to have a lot of angel things going on. Well, like I said, I was doing a prayer, and part of the intro, we called upon the angels to be with us very heavily today so we can work and do what we need to do all over the world. And so we've got a lot of proof so far. Jen?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so Little Miss Angel, go ahead and...
The next caller is area code 917. You're on the air with Brenda and Jen.
Hello.
Hello, ladies. How are you?
Hello. Hopefully we can hear you. How can we help you?
I have a question regarding my love life.
Okay.
Actually, I met somebody during the summer, and it started as a friendship. And I'm just curious, what is anything coming out of it in the relationship?
Well, there seems to be abandonment issues, mainly from this other person. And when people have issues like that, they become very shy. They shy away from ever wanting it to happen again. And so that's the very first thing that I feel. Now, we're going to take and pull a card from the relationship angle from you to this person. So think heavily about this person. And Jen, you're going to pull the first card. And she has 2 of them. And what is your take on this, Missy?
That's interesting because I was focused on something else, and then you're asking me to participate in this, but I feel like that's a metaphor for what's going on.
Yes.
With the color is that whoever you're asking about, that
This is from his point of view to them, is that there's the attraction, there wants to be attraction, but the energy is not being
reciprocated.
reciprocated, because you feel like this person can be your true love, but you're not feeling their whole self in this relationship.
Right, so it sounds to me like it's a signature of whoever this person is somebody from childhood that you wanted that true love from, but the energy just, they ignored, they weren't there, they didn't reciprocate, they didn't do this. So that's the kind, if you're looking for a loving relationship, that...
But this is how he knows love, is that love equals them not really fully participating. Okay? Does that make sense?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I'm going to have Jen pull a card or 2 from this person to you, and we'll see what happens. And we get 2 cards again. What do you think, Jen? There's a potential that it is new love.
Right.
But they're so covered up with their deception or fear that you're going to hurt them.
Or that's how they understand love to be.
Yes.
That love deceives them, that they probably want it to be, but they're so used to the deception taking place that they're like, I don't want to participate.
Right. So, one of the thing is that how do we provide hope in the world? Okay, when you allow yourself to provide hope, sometimes it is false hope, or at least it is to some people. Some other people, it is exactly what they need to hear, because it is about having them have their back. And if this is anti-bullying month, what's important is that, do you really need to be having the bully energy, having it to make so much noise? Does it have to be what you call, what do you call it? Jen, why don't we go to break real quick, and then we'll come right back.
Okay, we'll be back with this color.
Okay, so just hold on. Don't go away, okay?
Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Well, I'll wait.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm going.
All right. We're sorry about that little interruption. But the energy was being pulled away, and we really honor the people that really want us in their life. It is their truth about what they're seeking and looking for, and we want to honor them. Then there are some people that are asking questions and beginning to awaken, but it also can be, are they bullying? Are they demanding? Are they trying to get our attention? Do they seriously want the answers that they're asking? Or are they trying to prove a point, throw their truth, and ram it down our throats? Being that it's anti-bullying month, we have to look at all of the way that people bully. And do we have to do this? This monotheism, I do believe in one great spirit. But the idea is that there was already a religion or a theology or a spiritual thing that was in place. And in this case, the Spaniards came, one of the things that happened was that, oh, you can't be advanced society. You can't be having a religion. Yours is wrong. Ours is right. Conform. And if they didn't move or conform, then they were brutally beaten and hurt. And if they decided to conform, then great, we saved you. We wanted you to be able to be just like us. And I don't know what that means, because is it happy, or are you just shutting down because you're scared? Well, nobody should be shoving down our throats really what we should believe and think and do. There's a lot of great way of teaching and learning, and we can coexist on this planet. There's not one religion that is correct. It's only what is correct for you. And as far as reaching that space, if you're questioning what's so-called God, and you're questioning it, then you are breaking free from what? From your higher self, or are you breaking free from hell? Or are you questioning yourself because you're falling deeply in despair? And if it's negativity and hate, then guess what? That is your identity. That is what's controlling you. And there's a part of you that needs to do some healing. It needs to be realigned. And if you need to yell and scream, please do your best not to tank others, because karma will come back and kick you in the ass. Hurricane that's happening is this is a buildup of energy, and it is going to affect people in the ways that they don't think they should be affected, but they are, and they will be. And the energy is picking up, because I can feel this today. I've had 3 or 4 incidences about bullying, and I'm like, seriously, at the end of this month is Halloween, and most people are not going to tolerate witches or other things. But guess what? That actually was a religion. Wicca, or is still a religion. But the thing is that there was this one type of, basically one religion that came on this planet and said, hey, you have to do it this way or else. Well, I believe in love, and I don't believe that you have to punish people just so that love. I don't see that as love. I don't. Informing people about your truth is one thing, but walk your talk. But if you're going to walk your talk and hurt people, condemn and tank them, then I think you better turn around and be careful, because karma's going to come and whack you so hard, you're going to wonder what happened. Why does God treat me this way? Well, what you put out is what you get back. And all I can say is that for those people that want to reach out and we happen to be there and it gives them hope, that's where we're supposed to be. We're helping. We're not charging you anything. We're giving you healing tools. You ask specific thing. I can see where the energy is. If you don't like it, go to somebody else. Why are you even in our space if you don't want it? But if you're really at the crossroads of changing and growing, make sure you release all of the rules and the beliefs that are causing you to question who you are. Allow yourself to immerse into that state of love, because without that you're not going to be able to hold 2 spaces. Love and fear cannot be in the same space, and when they do, it causes a lot of hiccups in people. You're going to love the one and hate the other. All I can tell you is that you're at a chance to grow. Don't fall victim to the energies that are on this planet, and just allow yourself to become more of who you are by tapping into your true identity and healing away all the other hells that no longer need to be there. So let's return to our caller, and I really appreciate this person waiting.
Okay.
I thank you so much. Thank you so much for waiting, my dear. There seemed to be a little problem in the chat room, and I just needed to take care of it. So let's continue what we were doing with you. I know we were close to being done of talking, because both sides are bringing baggage to the table, and both sides have a little leeriness about, can we love and trust and be in a relationship? Can we do it? And the question is, yes, you can, but there is just stuff that needs to be healed and maybe let go of.
And the card, and I pulled up a card, and it seems that it's something through the generations, or the DNA coding, that's something that you may not even be aware of that needs to be healed.
I was watching TV the other night, and one of the things is that your fight and flight response is recorded by your genetics. So however your past family members have ever responded to a situation helps set up a pathway so that you know how to survive on this planet. And well, some things can be healed. And your other card is?
Purification. So that's what needs to take place is the what's going on in your DNA coding. What we talked about earlier about how you understand and know love and that kind of thing needs to be purified and healed.
Correct. So when you go to talk to this person, and you may have some insight and information, just remember, how would you approach it? Because some people don't like their, what do they call it, their flaws. I mean, it's not flaws, but to them, they think they are. And when you go to talk to them, they may see it as criticism instead of love. They may see it as your attack instead of being helpful and loving. The best thing I can tell you is just allow yourself to be in the space with that person and let them go through what they need to. And if there are things that need to be healed, heal the inner world so that your outer world can be stronger and healthier. So if you want this relationship to go further, the main thing I would tell you that you need to have closure to is when you go into I can't figure it out. It's a stage that happens to you. It gets muddled, and it's kind of it happens when they respond to you and you're kind of shocked. Well, I didn't expect that from them. And this has happened to you many times, and they say that that's part of your strategy or pattern of what a relationship is. So there's some point that you're going to be going, oh, and you may have already gotten that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, well, for instance, I sent text messages yesterday and today I haven't gotten a response. So I'm just wondering, just to, make sure that, everything's okay because of the weather and all that stuff.
Yeah, and
so,
see, that's a part of how you can't figure it out, because the signs are pointing to this doesn't feel like it's in sync or it's not balanced, and so it takes you and puts you in a tizzy. Does that make sense?
Well, I'm trying to think, more like, what, they probably didn't get the message. That's what I'm trying to think more positive than...
Correct, and that's good.
Part of it.
That's good you're thinking positive, but your pattern is to get thrown off center and you can't figure it out. So positively thinking helps you get out of that. But the foundation is, I can't figure it out, and that's a form of your shock. So yes, how you heal that in this case would be, I'm just looking to see here. Well, they're saying there's a part of you that already has this figured out, but at the same time, I'm asking, is there any way to address it, to heal it? And I'm looking through hope therapy, I'm looking through tapping, I'm looking through, so basically you have to heal trust, that you're not sure about whether, so you can't figure it out, but what do you need to heal? The dread. So I would say L3D, and that's hope therapy. Under the healing tools, hope therapy, the tool is L3D, left, third position deep. And it's the dread. It's the thinking about what's going on. It is the negative state before you hit the positive state, because it's a bad memory, because you kind of had this happen to you before, about 1 year old. There's just some bad memories. Does this make sense?
Yeah, it do. But at the same time, what I'm doing more now, I'm reaching out more than I ever done before, because I just don't want to let my past change me.
Correct. And that's good. That's good that you can conquer and achieve that, but your foundation needs to be resolved so that when you do reach out, you don't have to constantly do it. It'll just all of a sudden be more of a flow, and it'll be just who you are, and there won't be no fear to, oh my God, if I reach out today, or I dread that I have to do this again. It's healing the foundation. It's taking and creating closure to what your memories of that first moment is. So if you decide to do so, then you just go to mwreveal.com, look under Healing Tools, Hope Therapy, L1D, and look at how there's dread, how you can't figure it out. Okay?
But do you see a chance there?
Okay, as far as relationship, yes, but like I said, you have baggage. So if we'll say that you don't have any baggage, is the relationship there? Is the relationship going to be more than just, hello, I'm friends? Is the relationship there? It's going to make you harder to flirt, and I really have a feeling that it's not going to be, your programs, they can't show up to you any other way than you let them, so it's not going to be as soon as you would like it to be. So the question is will there be a relationship?
Yeah.
There's a lot of factors that are getting in the way. So I'm going to ask again, down the road, is there going to be a relationship there? I really don't feel like there could be a good quality one because of all these issues. If those issues were healed, now that's the other question. If the issues that we talked about were healed, what kind of relationship?
And to look at and go through the healing tool on our website, do the work, take care of it.
Okay. You will actually find passion somewhere else. You will actually become more aligned to the person that's supposed to be in your world. Because you can be with this person and be having these missing factors. But if you were to really heal, you'll take yourself to a higher place and you would actually be able to draw in somebody that wants to give and receive just like you do in a relationship. Okay?
Okay.
There's always a chance there's always a chance. You go with it one way or the other because things change all the time.
Yes. Well, because there's a strong attraction that I've never really felt before.
Oh, but do they reciprocate? I have people who have strong attractions, but people just don't reciprocate if there's no reciprocation. I even had one person that would rather have me as a dream than have me in real life. So it's, if they don't reciprocate, then, so, go ahead.
I also think it's, like you said, for bad experiences in the past to understand protecting, yourself, which, that I understand. So I feel that's what's going on. But I meant to say connection, not attraction. That's what I meant to say. I think there's a connection there.
Yeah, as far as growth patterns, are these two supposed to work together as far as to grow? I mean, all kinds of ups and downs. Are they supposed to do that? Yeah.
Okay.
It says as far as the way the friendships work together.
I don't waste my time, I'm trying to look for somebody in my life,
Well, you attracted them for a reason, and that's where we look at it. So in this case, it changes the question. The question is, when we look at this particular thing, you brought this person in your space for what reason? And Jen, what do you think that is? Okay, it's in reverse. Oh, that might be right there.
Okay, so pulling the card, the Gentle Gardener reversed, do you harbor resentments? How often do you reinforce negativity by affirming lack and limitation? Every time you send out a desire for something but secretly harbor a belief that you're undeserving of it, you plant weeds in the field of your dreams. When the Gentle Gardener appears in a reversed position, she reminds you to be aware of any negative thoughts or selfish motives. She encourages you to step back and pay close attention to what thought seeds you send out into the world.
And what did you get out of that?
You went so fast.
Okay, so let's do this again. So we will break it down. We want to be there to help. The Gentle Gardener in reverse is, do you harbor resentment? Oh, check that out. That page totally switched, Jen. Isn't that interesting? Okay, so do you harbor resentment? How often do you reinforce negativity by affirming lack and limitation? Believing that there's going to be an upset. Believing that I can't do it. I just, this isn't the time. I can't believe. I can't figure it out. That is reinforcing the limitations. Every time you send out a desire for something, but secretly harbor a belief that you're undeserving of it, you plant weeds in the field of your dreams. When the Gentle Gardener appears in the reverse position, she reminds you to be aware of any negative thoughts or selfish motives. And that's the foundation I was telling you about. She encourages you to step back and pay close attention to what thought seeds you send out into the world. Weeds choke the life out of your beautiful garden. No need to fret, however, because once you recognize it, you can always remove the bad seeds and replace it with healthy ones. Forgiveness is the most powerful restoration tool. So again, it's about that foundation and all the negativity that's there. You can talk positive all you want, and that will help you conquer, but it will cause you to still be in that same space. So, This person came into your world to help you look at and to address those such things, okay?
Okay.
All right, listen to the archives again. Maybe you can find some more things that was said that you didn't get the first time around, okay?
Yeah, I sure will. That was
All
very
right.
helpful.
Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much
dear.
for calling. Take care.
And before we go to the next caller, I just pulled a card up to ask the question, so why is this energy of pushing, bullying, the pimp energy, the hierarchy, the power play, why is it here? Because it is pushing us back into solitude, to shut up, get back into your corners, you're a bad person.
It's interesting because on Facebook, the people who are able to still connect, even though their power is turned off and there's the down power lines and everything that's going on, they're still updating what's going on and letting people know, but they're at home. They're not able to get out. They're trapped. They're supposed to stay in, batten down the hatches, and
Yep.
that's what that card is saying, is that it's
Solitude.
almost like you're being grounded.
You're grounded and you're forced. Because if you came out, you're going to have all these bad things happen to you. And that's kind of like what's happening with the energy all over. It's not just happening over there. It is happening emotionally and mental-wise. It's bringing your shit up to decide, do we heal this so we don't have to become victims or the prostitute or to the pimp energy, to this hierarchy that's on the planet? The big thing that's changing is how there is a control. Somebody's in control of you. Somebody's in control of you. Or their opinions are their truth. Well, don't shut down my truth. I have the right to speak my truth. Exactly. It's your truth. So the world is ending. It's changing as we know it. How does that phrase go? And now I have birds and chirps. Okay. The world as you know it is end. That's not
Right.
the phrase. What is the phrase?
It's the end of
It's
the
end of the world's coming as you know it.
Yes.
And that's the key word. My dissertation is all about knowing it. You know it the moment you have a feeling. It's not based on an emotion. So you know when you have to go to the bathroom because the feeling's there. You know when you shouldn't talk to somebody because the feeling's there. So it's those feelings, sometimes they need to be upgraded so that you're not becoming into old habit, victimization, repeating the same history. So we got two callers that we'll be talking to. Who comes first? It's 410, and then the next one would be, I can't read it.
BNNA Bodie.
Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take a little quick promo break, and then we'll be back for you.
And it's interesting you're talking about the Hurricane Sandy that's happening now, because there was an earthquake over the weekend in the Canadian British Columbia, and then there were tsunami warnings for Alaska, but then nothing happened.
Oh, interesting.
I mean, not nothing happened, but
Right, but if we look at
what they were
the
anticipating
projection,
wasn't as bad.
yes, the projection of why is all of these hurricanes and tsunamis, why are they happening? And right now, the reason that they're happening is the first part of it is number 14, upside down, is ride the wave.
And this one is, you may be mistaking a rogue wave for a fun ride. You can only coast for so long before you hit the shoreline with a smack.
Okay, that's what they're saying is, what is it you need to change in your space that you're not changing, that now you have to have the bitch slap? Okay, what else?
The tide is ebbing and your activities are now preparing you for when that wonderful wave comes in for you to ride.
And that's when we usually give up at the last minute, 5 minutes before the miracle. We're like, oh, I don't want to do that. So we focus on what we know. Okay, go.
You're meant to learn how to be a strong swimmer now. Don't worry, preparation ensures a successful result.
Now, if you're going to preserve all the positive learnings, which means that you are the strong swimmer, you don't need to take all the excess baggage. Take off the necktie, take off the heavy clothes and the shoes, all of that excess that would weigh you down from becoming that smooth swimmer that you can be. Okay, so like I promised, we're going to go to our callers.
Okay, we've got area code 410. You're on the air.
Hello.
Hello. Hi
Hi.
there. My name's Lloyd.
Good, and how are you?
I'm doing well, thank you very much.
All right, how can we help you?